Where do we find the money to establish the mines for the next 100 years? How do we do better, let me underline better 17 times, at ensuring that the benefits of mining to mine employees, to the national treasury, to local communities, to the national economy are better? Can we find some agreements? Because, we wouldn't have ended apartheid if we didn't agree to disagree on some things, but to consolidate the agreements that we have. Let's focus on what we can agree on. I would suggest that with the Youth League and the rest of South Africa, we can find quite a lot to agree on. And let's move forward on what we agree on.
Dialogues like this must continue to take place. The Youth League has suggested the usage of or the exploitation of natural resources to try and create jobs. We have won political freedom in this country. There is a greater need now for economic freedom. We should continue to have this dialogue and look at how best can mining contribute towards our national fiscus, the creation of jobs, and the resolution of a number of issues that are national, that constitute what would best classify as national grievances. Yes, we might say nationalization is not an option, so what is an option?
Surely there can be very few South Africans of any race, class or gender who do not understand the urgent need to address poverty and inequality in our society. The proposal to nationalize the mines, I argue, is an unhelpful answer to an urgent and vital group of questions. And in the interests of all South Africans, we need to recast this debate in more constructive terms. By far, the greatest source of capital accumulation, north and south, east and west, developing and developed, is the pool of contractual savings of working men and women, their pensions and their provident funds and their life insurance policies. This is the capital that has funded growth in the global economy over the last half-century. In contrast, virtually all of the 200 or so national governments in the world operate, firstly, a form of cash book accounting, money in and money out in a year. They don't have an asset register and they don't amortize their assets. Their accounts consist essentially of revenue collected in the year and expenditure incurred. And in at least 90%, I think it's much more, I didn't do the work to check, of cases, the annual or current year expenditure exceeds current revenue. The Youth League need to embrace the need for economic growth.
The contribution that mines could do to national fiscus could be much greater if there is focus. This focus would mean that we would be able to say, because as the state and the government of the people of South Africa, this is the kind of ownership that we've taken in these pockets of mines, what would have been our shareholder benefit would be invested back into those communities. The mines themselves have been freeloaders in this country for a very long time. You know, the free honeymoon that mines have enjoyed, ultimately not necessarily comes to an end, because you'll appreciate that we need skills. The youth of this country marched peacefully to the union buildings. We delivered a memorandum to the Chamber of Mines peacefully. We went to the Johannesburg Stock Exchange to demand transformation peacefully. And we ultimately went to our union building peacefully. Over 25,000 young people in this country did so. So if the youth of this country can stand like that, unlike the youth of Egypt, Tunisia, and all other countries, and say to you, we want jobs, we want mines to be nationalized, why are you not listening to the youth of this country?